I've got a bell! Can you hear it? My bell! I've got button 2. Can you feel it as well? Oh, I made a mistake. I didn't go. And if you do that, you have to swallow it too. Clear my throat. The whole purpose of the clearing of the throat is to, oh, and I forgot. Acknowledge people here first, woodchuck clang and all that mob. Sorry and sorry and sorry. They keep killing them and wiping them out, taking their land. Sorry and sorry and sorry. Was, always will be Aboriginal land. Site CYT, clear your throat, here at the Moon, 28th of November. Thank you very much indeed for coming. If you want more and more, we're going to go for a long, long time. This time next year. See you then. Okay. Rather a nice selection of people. Artists. We've even got a film person here making like captured things on a go sounds and round like, but it doesn't, it's digital sound and sound like, but he's going to catch it, maybe use it, so don't pick your nose and eat your snot if you don't want it on Facebook. Takes a long time to kind of do this, and I get caught out every month, right? We all get caught out every month. I thought I had everything prepared, everything checked in on my list, you know, checked off or in or whatever in my head, in my list. I even had a list in the toilet that I'd check every morning as I did a poo and a wee, just to make sure that the list I had in the bedroom was checking with the list I had in the toilet that I then had in the garden when I go for a smoke and a cup of tea. Tea for 2, no, for 1, because I'm like that. And then I got here and I forgot the desk, so I having to use another desk, so there might be problems because this desk, although it's a lovely desk, is a bit temperamental. So if it sort of goes technical fault, please bear with us. We have for you this evening some lovely spoken word and some music, and if we can get that machine working, some projections of funny rubbishy things and funny like chocolate things melting into themselves, sensible, oxygenating my brain. You're required to choose a mask from this little bag over here of masks. We have a selection of like fancy masks and rainbow masks and plain masks, yeah? But we really like to wear masks. Everybody has so far, no, to chicken down, but that's okay too. The musicians and people who stand on here will stand on here and do their sunny kind of stuff. And some of them might bounce around the floor and sort of spit words at you and go like more, do, so. And you walk in the back of the cocoon without tripping over that. I'll sort that out.
You put your mask on and you clear your throat. You say whatever name you want to go by, and then you express yourselves as a feature for 15 minutes, as a spoken word open mic person for 3 minutes. It's alright. But if you're going and going for hours and hours and everybody's leaving, we might tell you to shut the fuck up. There are children here, so if you've got something to say there's a trigger warning so the children can have their ears covered by their mummies and dads.
Oh, it's Frankenstein. It's pretty apt for the moment. Thank you. And I'll put my glasses on because you can wear glasses, you know, with masks and things. And I'll walk in here and I'll go, my name is Splodge. Can somebody tell me when like 3 minutes are up, and I'll show you what it's like to go over? Yeah. This is entitled, and it's kind of like, I did it the other day actually, it's really crazy to be doing it this minute. This is off something that I did with a very, very good friend called Stephen, and it's kind of like words, and they came out of somewhere and they went somewhere else, and they also are like spoken word crazy shit. So I hope you enjoy this moment of like Marcus. A prism in oh, see, even I forgot. A prism inside your mind, your pregnant mind. You want to run away, and then back to the belly. Oh, I feel like I want, I feel like somebody's watching me. It's a consequence of too many opposable some kind of movements on my screen of indifference. It's not you, it's them, want to be forever. It's them that want to be forever. A prism inside your pregnant mind, your manners. Kinda reminds me of the sound of a brake, sitting on a brake. Manners. Kinda had to mind my manners when I went into that brake. Manners. Manners, boy, when you're down by the sea. Manners. Down by the boy when you're down in the sea. Manners. Who will you be by the sea? Who will you be by the sea? Who will you be when you be by the sea? Who will you be when you be by the sea? Who will you be when you be by the sea? Who will you be when you be by the sea? Who will you be when you be by the sea? Who will you be when you be by the sea? Who will you be when you be by the sea? Who will you be when you be by the sea? Anything you want to be. Thank you. Pass, clear your throat. Take your over. Pass. All you later, you can do that. In there. Come on.
Alright,
no, everybody else.
Alright. I know you're there. Can everyone make a bit of noise? Yes, I'm surrounded by someone, and they're very noisy. This is terrifying. I have an unhappy poem, and a bit further down I have a happy poem. So I'm gonna try for the happy poem and the unhappy poem, and I'll see if you can tell the difference.
No? Sound the same to me?
Someone picked us as dissolving men, and we dissolved, laughing as we went. Old thesis, antithesis, and me bone dry, wishing my parents lived what I wished for my children. Here I am. I capture cruelty by the tongue, and it is my tongue, and I admit, naked and wretched in ways that are cliche to me as I think on them. Here I am. And it's the thinking that ruins it. I have these tiny caverns in my heart, and the blood fills them endlessly. Yet my mind knows only full or empty. It does not know to be filled, yet to be empty. It does not know the being from the becoming. It does not know. So I attempt, as though I was made I attempt to live as though I was made by blind little hands fumbling carefully with something precious, as though I was made as best I could hope for others. I stand and my back slopes, and I pull at it endlessly, seeing something coming from the other side of me. The reaching pillow of brightened coils flashing with trembling little lights, and half asleep I hope I get to keep a little of that. End of the poem. You know the sad poem now? That was the happy poem? Obviously it was the happy poem. So this one is dissociation. Dissociation. I am just, it's relatable, this topic. Sometimes what is important cannot be got at except through layers and layers with oven mitts and wrapped in cotton wool in a woolen blanket. Untouched remain half the safe little lights, too bright to admit to and too distant to seem real. How calmly serene, how saintly was my sour grass in the forest, watching as the leaves became not red but yellow and then brown. Inside that moment I placed parts of myself, keep them from being spread too thin, to keep from burning myself out in a whirlwind of switching myself off out of exhaustion, like a television ringing colored bars across the screen and the windows reflecting that, and seemingly nothing outside. I don't know how many poems I have.
Yeah, well, just keep it going for the moment.
Alright, distract everyone. When I was growing up, I used to live in the forest for a couple months of every year. And every time someone died, and this is a happy thing, so okay, this is another happy thing. Every time someone died, the group that I was with would sing this one particular song, and we'd all stand in a big old circle and sing this one particular song.
It's more reassuring.
And it's reassuring to have a group. And I'll sing just that, and I'm gonna sing it like 3 or 4 times, and if anyone feels like joining in, it's a very short song, and it's like a song for mourning. So, which is a beautiful thing to do sometimes. Anyway, it goes, dear friend, let me tell you how I feel. You have given me such pleasure, I love you so. Dear friend, let me tell you how I feel. You have given me such pleasure, I love you so. Come on. Dear friend, let me tell you how I feel. You have given me such pleasure, I love you so. One more. Dear friend, let me tell you how I feel. You have given me such pleasure, I love you so.
There is, you might have noticed some sort of like art around that's from sort of like different folk. We've left the moon art up, although in December we're being allowed to take all the art out of the moon and replace it for the Christmas period with 6 local artists that do like not this kind of stuff, but this kind of weird stuff. So thank you to the moon for that. The current artists are Citrus Nightshade over here. Bollocks, what's your fucking... Aiden. Sorry. Citrus Nightshade over here. Aiden over here. Hayley over here. And Tony on the merch table. This is the merch table. If you wish to purchase books and zines and like pictures by Tony, which are beautiful, come and have a look at them in the break. They're really, really cool and very cheap for Christmas presents. There is, you will witness a donation tin. This donation plastic in the ocean, it like morphs down into this like microbiological manifestation. That's a line, but I was talking about something that I'd read in National Geographic or Time. This like biological shit, and it fucks everything up. And there's billions and trillions of tons of this plastic everywhere.
But it makes our skin so soft and smooth. It doesn't need to be biodegradable.
I know.
I'm pretty, bitch.
I know. I love it. I love it. But then we all do the same thing. We all buy something in plastic. Nobody like sort of does. Everything's changing, and I hope that you guys, because I'm going to be dead in 30 years, guaranteed. I'm not a sadhu or anything that lives for fucking ever. I've been here before, and I might come back in 20 billion years time. I don't know, but I'm going to be dead soon. And like little things, little baby things like this are going to be alive, and their world is going to be absolutely. Oh, we're doing our best, sweetheart. So like, you know, think about, pass that message on, and I know you're aware of that anyway, but I like to have a bit of a rant in between things. Now, I'd like to choose a mask, any mask, armpits, toes, and every other office together, for Cello.
Baby girl. Baby girl, don't lie, please. Tell me where did you sleep last night? In the pines, where the sun don't ever shine. I would shiver all night through. Baby girl, where will you go? I'm going where the east wind blows. Baby girl, baby girl, baby girl, baby girl.
Yeah!
Oh, that's okay. I'll just say it. I think it was like nutmeg does things and stuff.
That's like, nutmeg just reminded me of a 9-word bio. Nutmeg does things and stuff. Yeah!
Oh, this is cool. Oh my, like, oh shit, that's really tall and I'm really short. Alright. So I get mad nervous when I usually start. Oh, thank you so much. You're so lovely, hey? Oh, that's wonderful. So I get like mad nervous usually when I start. I just get like, I don't really get anxiety. I just get performance anxiety. Not in bed, like I'm great in bed, but like, you know, I get a bit of like performance anxiety. Where I kind of just talking myself up a bit. So I wrote a poem about, you know, my, you know, scaredness of my vulnerability and stuff. And it actually started from a month ago when I performed here. And, you know, there was this girl. I think she's dating my friend. She's really pretty and I'm really happy for them. She heard me sing in a bar and she said, "You sound amazing." And I said, "Well, I fucked up so much." And she asked, "Where?" I said, "Wait, what?" She asked again, "Where?" I said, "Fuck, you're right. I'm so wrong and I've been so wrong for so long. I'm scared, I'm shaking in my voice, in my knees, down to my feet. I'm scared of you and me, I'm scared of vulnerability. I try to tell myself it's okay, but it feels like a waste when I'm face to face with my greatest fear. Everybody's about to listen to my art. Everybody's about to judge my art. Fuck, what if people hate my art?" And that burns my heart to envision my one great love swallowed by burning embers, my mind the master of deception. I've got a hate perception and a lack of self-confidence, and that's ironic coming from probably the biggest extrovert in Perth. But these fears that overwhelm my core being when it comes to performing, I wish I could just tell myself it's all in my head. So I started to breathe. 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 Just fucking breathe, man. The worst thing that could happen probably couldn't happen in a parallel universe. Close my mind, my eyes, and I become the embodiment of my mind. Let it take hold so when I open my eyes, I bear a naked soul, raw in its intimacy, outspoken in its beliefs, manifesting its intricacies. I'll put my faith into the hands of those in front of me, warm and encouraging, supportive and loving. Like the girl who challenged my fears with the simplest of questions, who I think is dating a friend. She's really pretty and I'm really happy for them. She heard me sing and she said, I sound amazing, and I'm starting to believe her. Thank you. This next one, I call it my fork in the road, and I've been putting off performing it for a year because I kind of got scared about the content inside of it. But then I also realized that art's kind of meant to be confronting, and that art should make you question things that you know and also make you question things that you don't know. And if you do kind of become a little bit confronted by what I'm about to say, please come speak to me and talk to me, and we'll figure it out now rather than going home and letting that bubble up inside you and stuff. Just fucking, let's talk about it. I'm sorry that I swear so much. I'm sorry, little kid, like, little dude, girl, person, do that. Like, yeah, I'm sorry, man. I'm at a fork in the road, I'm taking it slow, my mind is always in overdrive. Being me intensely isn't a crime, it's a sign I'm probably trying too hard. It's a gift and a curse all at once, young, fun and bubbly like champagne with a slight bitter taste. I'm frayed at the edges in a fashionable way, in my own way. I'm a generic pretty white girl. In the eyes of the media, in the eyes of you, my opinion is biased, but so is yours. Selection and omission is the name of the game. We see pain through an electronic box, desensitized when we've got no ties. I'm at a fork in the road. Both ends with the same fate. Optimistic existentialist, I hope you wear rainbows. You'll celebrate the mess of color, the chaos. Life has this funny way of bringing surprise, flipping the table, juxtaposing realities. Mud huts and mansions, let's turn a blind eye. These rose-tinted glasses and the bubbles of champagne deliver a fantasy that only the rich can create. You think I don't know struggle, because I'm generic pretty white girl. And you're probably right, I've never struggled an ounce in my life, let's be honest here, but you need to understand. Privilege shouldn't equate as a disadvantage to the interpretation of life, because one day you and I can choose to subscribe to prescription glasses. We can see the world a whole lot more clearly, tearlessly, fearfully. We can pop that bubble and break that glass ceiling. I'm yet to make my peace that the world is 6 feet under, sailing through the river of Hades. Maybe there's a way that we can cheat Satan. Maybe the stars are aligned and this is the fateful end. The greedy human condition. I'm a hypocrite when I talk like this because I'm generalizing complex matters, but I'm at a fork in the road. Either way it's going to take me home, either way I'm going to meet an end goal, my end goal, and it's about these forks in the roads where I learn to understand the complexities of reality. Fragmenting, fractalizing, always in perfect timing, analyzing, memorizing these patterns, because we're at war. And we've been here 100 years before, 70, 40, 25. Now the politicians got to make money somehow. Trap us in a rat race, the enemy, the rest of the human race. My fork in the road at that point becomes so irrelevant on that scale of pale, porcelain, personal. My fork in the road ends with the same fate, but as long as we've got food on our plate, a roof over our heads, we can lock the door and get lost in those clouds of glitters and twisted sisters and brothers preaching peace and love. We go left, we go right, both end with the same fate, find purpose, blasting up, traversing the stars, extraterrestrials, maybe they've got their own scars, cut deep into the wrist of the multiverse. We can't escape our realities and I can't decide whether it's a tragedy or a comedy, so I tattooed exactly that on my back and I carry it around like the weight of the world. I watch it unfurl like the Buddha's tears, I drink contemplating the road I walk and where it may lead. The destination final, the journey undecided, and it might just be that acceptance is key, or that we're all drifting mercilessly. I'm at a fork in the road, both take me home. I'm at a fork in the road, journey unknown. First step, 1,000 faces, lost in dark space. Entwined in and embraced, we're falling from grace. But I got you, I've got you, but I got you. So if you've got me, let's build a compass so we have a chance of navigating through this dark and winding road. Break from that cage filled with judgment and labels so we can discover what it's truly like to be alive. Take a final breath for the first time. Let it overcome your current state of mind so we can just embrace that oneness. What we fucking need is some oneness here. I'm at a fork in the road, journey unknown. Let's stay for a moment in the afterglow. Thank you.
Yeah. You rock, baby, you rock.
I'm so scared about doing that one. I got one last one for you.
Oh, wait, so I'm going to finish.
Oh, really?
Yeah, go on.
Alright, cool.
Go, man. I don't dare. Do an old one.
Do it all.
String it out now, string it.
Oh, how does it go again? I got this really cool one that I can remember off the top of my head. I'm great at figuring it all out, like I can hear you from my house. Shout, scream, kick or cry, but truth be told, from 1,000 miles and tenfold I knew it, I always know. Psycho or psychic, baby, I'm a psychotic psychic. I had a dream last night. You ran away, you chased the sun, you longed for the day the sun met the moon, and when it does you dance, but the sun and the moon have to split into two. Now what happens next when the party ends? Reality. You work, you gossip, 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 you work, you gossip about who, me? I'm just a person in a crowd, not one who stood out because of my eyes, large, not my hair, messy, unkempt, not my smile, bright, warm, wide. I drew a butterfly while you tricked. It made you smile, eyes glisten, hair raised. You're not even phased. You're looking to the sky, hoping that things can change. We know that it's a lie, it doesn't stop us anyway. Pick apart an unconscious mind and hold me close until it's fine. In a couple of years, I'm gonna disappear down a lonely road. I'm drifting away. And so I keep on heading east until I see the sun rise and swallow me. Take me from this galaxy. Stars round without a doubt, this could be my last night. In a psychedelic playground where it all felt so right. Thank you. I wrote this next one, and I mean, I'm a bit where, you know, I really learned to appreciate the present. Inspiration came in a bottle of writer's tears. As the night drew near, my vision becomes less clear. The sun sets over the horizon with hues of pinks and blues washing over the sky, fading into a burnt orange. I found solace in these sunsets, where the ocean swallows the warm light and the moon rises behind, glowing translucent white. In these moments I can breathe. I can feel the blood run through my veins, my heart beat in perfect time. I could close my eyes, but I never did. I lust to witness the natural beauty of this world and all its perfect imperfections. Within exception, I'm nothing but a spectator to the peonies that bloom outside my room, to the waves that crash on the distant shores of time, to the music that thrives on the rings of Saturn. I'm nothing but a sightseer who romanticizes the meaning of life when there was never any meaning at all, except to just enjoy the simplicity of being alive and observing this world passing us by. Thank you. Thank you very much. Can I do like a shameless self-promotion if that's okay?
Yeah, go on, do it.
Yeah, oh my god, I can do shameless self-promotion!
Nothing, don't be afraid of anything here.
I have a Facebook page called Life of Nutmeg, and if you want to keep up with all my poems and stuff that I post on there, then
Life of
yeah,
Nutmeg,
do
Life
the
of
thing and
Nutmeg,
stuff.
yes.
Life of Nutmeg.
Well, that was lovely. Could we have another round of applause, please, for Nutmeg? Thank you. They're known as Start walking. Hot dog!
Who wants to wrestle? I think we need to wrestle now.
Raise your masks.
Alright, shit.
Clear your throat. Clear your mouth, no farting.
Robin's just gonna prepare his nest. Enjoy your nest. Hello everyone. Where more options?
Yo!
It's really good to be here. What we tend to do is, Robin makes noise, and I think of something to talk about. And every now and then, if I feel really confident, I like try and sing a song or something. And we just do that. We did a song the other week about Donkey Kong Country 3. It's a very good game. We often seem to do songs about like how difficult it is to make friends in coffee shops, because all you have to do is drink coffee, and you should probably have brought a board game or something. And we like to be relatable because it's generally easier to get attention gratuitously if you're relatable. So we try. Robin's not very relatable, so he doesn't talk. I just get him to sit there, kind of a nest of his own complicated instruments. He's not a very complicated person, so he protrudes complications around him. He makes little problems for himself, and then solves them with rhythm and melody. And all I have to do is keep pace and attempt to think of something interesting to say. It helps it, anyone, how have you been? That's good. I've also been good. This makes a noise. I don't think it would go with the music though. Leave that for later. Thanks. Today I sorted out my shed. There were a whole bunch of things in my shed. I had them all on shelves. I bought a yurt. I bought a yurt a little while ago because someone was using it as an art project, and I thought the art project was really cool. And then they were trying to get rid of the yurt, so I bought it. And I realized that artists just aren't very good at making yurts. And I kept it on my shelf for like 2 months. And then I got rid of it. And I got rid of it today. And it was very enjoyable. It was a relief. I can get rid of things like that without worrying too much about it because I'm employed. Lots of times in my life I've been unemployed. And I couldn't make decisions like that. It wasn't as easy. But now, I just trade my hours away and my sleep and my understanding of... Yeah, but that's okay. I get to work with little kids. I can't tell you which little kids. I work for the Department of Communities. I shouldn't have said that. It used to be called the Department of Child Protection. But we still protect children. But we're also about community now. I often think that it's not that useful to think of community development as something that a council or a government can actually enact. Like, I know that people study community development, and then there are jobs in community development, and you go out there and you try and collaborate with people within the community and develop. But like, it seems impossible in my mind to develop a community unless you're actually a part of it. And if your incentive in being a part of it is to get paid, then it doesn't match up. Like, something like, yeah, I agree with whatever you said. Anyhow, I have had an image lately of a
girl shelling pistachios and looking me seriously in the eye as she shells the pistachios. And she flicks a shell, one by one at me, and they land at my feet. And she flicks them high, and one of them gets caught in my head. And she doesn't eat the pistachios, she places them next to her in a line, a nice row of lime green pistachios across the table. And she keeps that line perfectly straight, and she stares at me, and she whispers under her breath something I can't quite hear. And I lean down, and I crouch down, and I place my head closer, and I hear her say, "Have you written your wedding vows yet? Do you know what you're gonna say? Fucking get on that, you asshole. Do you wanna play Tetris? We're all gonna play Tetris in the other room. Everyone you know is addicted to Tetris. You sit down all day long playing it. I dream of Tetris sometimes. I'm overcome by it. Blocks fitting perfectly into other blocks, slotting together, all kinds of different primary colors coming down from the ceiling, disappearing into the ground. Every now and then something flashes. It's beautiful. It's the most competitive game I've ever been involved in. I was never very good at team sports, but now I have Tetris, and calisthenics, and rock climbing. I'm working on my handstand push-up. I do a lot of exercise because I work with traumatized children. And if you work with trauma, you're meant to do a lot of self-care. I enjoy it though. I like having something like exercise because it means that if you continue to work at it, you get better. But mostly in life, when I continue to work at something, the outcome is arbitrary and meaningless. I just keep hammering away, and my head hurts. It's nice to be able to finish things. It's nice to be able to finish things. It's nice to be able to finish things, 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 to be able to... I'm not usually that obnoxious. Not to strangers. Best way to make friends is to put forward veiled threats and then give them a hug. You come towards them and you go, "I may hurt you." And they're like, "Huh?" And you're like, "I love you." And they're like, "I feel like you fulfilled something. You threw me off balance and you put me right back up again." And they forget that it was you that fucked with them in the first place. And they just appreciate the fact that you're there. What are we doing? Gets old again, go to hell again, spend time on his own again. Man settles in for the winter, looking out the window pane. Man wanders through the driving rain, looking like a cinema man. Wanders through the driving rain, looking like rain.
sun will shine through. Man pours himself a hellish glass of old orange juice, shining, telling himself he'll pay his brother back when he gets home, telling himself he'll find a way to get off the Methodistic Methodist madness. I'm not man, you're not man, God isn't man, peace isn't man. Do you feel inside yourself the wretchedness of the tide? I've got all these gold coins in my pocket, and what am I talking about? What am I talking about? I want to be your golden goose, and I won't segue into nothingness, and I will feel like entropy is closing around me like a grip of all things come to pass, of all things come and open, and I will believe arbitrary things even if they make me feel bad, and I will believe arbitrary things if only they make me feel good, and I don't mind if my own internal logic isn't consistent as long as it functions to keep me moving from one movement and one moment to the next. And I want to be the man in Driving Rain in a David Bowie song. And I would like to be someone's impression of a beatnik poet talking to a backing track. And I would appreciate having some of the tone and beauty of Kenneth Patcham, but I doubt it. And I think about becoming better at being affectionate towards the people that I love. And I wonder, wondering is popular, and I wonder about something.
Yeah, that was something.
What'd you do today, Zach?
I already talked about what I did today.
What did you do yesterday?
Yesterday, what did I do yesterday? I worked.
Where do you work?
I already said that, and I can't talk about it.
Same.
Sorry. Damn it. What does everyone think about? I don't know. Mental health. Who's a fan of mental well-being? Let me get a... Yeah. Who thinks that, like, public health campaigns that are directed towards teaching people to look after their mental health tend to be modeled in the same way as they make, like, physical health? So, like, we go, oh, make sure that you don't die from being unhealthy, because, like, if you keep eating that, you'll die. And then we'll say something like, make sure that you don't go crazy from not talking to anybody, because, so there's like this false equivalent between physical health and mental health, is what I'm saying. Like, mental health is far more complicated and is a really contextual thing. Like, if you don't have friends or open communication with those people that are closest to you, or if you don't know how to sleep at night because you're uncomfortable, then those things impact. So there isn't the same kind of, it's not the same thing, physical health and mental health. But if you're trying to explain mental health to the general population, you have to talk about it as though it's the same thing as physical health. Because otherwise they don't understand. I'm sorry. I like get really annoyed about this because I'm a therapist.
Very tiny one. Shh.
Everyone. Marcus, where's Marcus? Alright, I think this is the last one though.
Now you got like 10 minutes.
This is like, oh jeez, don't tell me that. We've been improvising for a while now.
7,000 years.
4 years. It seems like longer.
Many years. Let me paint a picture for you. He-Man was standing on the hill, and I struck him down with a woman's slap.
Because there's a difference for some reason in this anecdote.
And he fell to the ground, ashamed of himself. And I took up his sword. And from the bushes leapt his cat. The cat.
And he was like, "You cannot ride me into the wilderness. I don't like you." And I was like, "Be gone with your cat." And I cut the cat in two. And from its 7 parts, I made a cart. And got a man to push it along. He was a man that was used to pushing carts, which is something that strong men do in the States. They're like, I bought this Hummer, and I'm gonna push it, because I'm strong. But this man, he pushed my cat cart all the way. And I was deeply impressed by him and everything that he had ever represented. Because in life, sometimes, Jesus weeps at you, and you have to pour yourself a glass of wine and wonder where the story began. Because in time, all things will make some kind of sense. With a wooden slap. It's doubtful. In time, I think that I'd like all things to make more sense. I think that the Talking Heads made an album that indicated that people should stop being beholden to traditional value and conservatism and to stop making sense. But I think that we've had quite a bit of that now, to be honest. And if everyone could simply start making sense, I would be grateful that I struck him down. But I won't be the first, I tell you. I will simply implant the idea in the general population and hope that it take root while I am lost to the bullshit postmodernism of the 80s.
Try 70s, cunt.
Try 70s, cunt. Got you there, I repeat what you said. Yeah. Also, I think there are lots of eras in which things happen. I mean, I heard that the civil rights movement happened, but I'm pretty sure the 80s was really a political era in Australia that was quite intense. So I guess, like, things get staggered at least. But that's not relevant to this conversation. I'm just running right off. I was talking about how everyone should start making sense or something.
You cat cart!
And the cat cart. And you don't have to all return to, like, Amish traditional values. And you can ride the cat cart into the sun with your fine partner at your back, no gender-specific partner, staring with your hips slightly to the side, your side arm at the ready, wondering if you're going to become a Burroughs character and if you've had enough sex for that, and thinking in the back of your mind, I'm on my cat card. And I can see the cumulus clouds spread across the horizon. If cumulus is a word for me, I'm pretty sure that's a type of cloud. And the dreams that I envision are becoming like hot metal, filling the molten fountain of my youth. And the cat cart is flying, and I'm riding, and it's all sweet hills and valleys and darkened hallways that I run past. And my mother is screaming, I'm proud of you. And all of my friends are saying, come over here and play some Tetris. And I'm wondering to myself, this cat cart seems really badly engineered. It seems like it's going to fall into a sloppy mess at any moment. But I'm not sure. I guess I'll just shoot my way out if I get stuck here. I guess I'll just run myself into the ground. And I'll have a big standoff with the man who doesn't understand the way that I want to live my life in this free apocalyptic daydream in which I call myself a hero. And as the dreams of all of the Welches and the Felches and the Filches fall into the valley, and the metaphor becomes soggy like a paper bag and falls through, and the thing that was in the paper bag that might be milk and bacon falls into the ground with the eggs, and the eggs crack. And you say this metaphor is broken, and I'm not having bacon My cat got filled to bits. And even though this is a callback to the earlier, this is the only time you ever hear something we did twice. We should totally, oh my god, it's genius. This is like that thing I did when I was on acid that one time. Oh my god, we're gonna keep it. Like those drawings I did on acid that one time. Because they were genius.
Nah, this is the end of the set.
We need more options. Find us on Facebook. I really enjoyed all of you looking at me.
Thank you. Would you like a beer?
Oh, I love it.
Thank you. Would you like a beer? Thank you. Would you like a beer?
To the cat car!
Yeah, ta-da.
Oh my god!
More options! Yo!
Oh my god,
Now,
I'm sweaty.
where's the thing?
Ah, it's right here.
Oh, there we are.
See you soon. Bye. We are about to commence our part 2 of this evening, and we hope it is to your joy. Traveler, Captain Carl!
The ape asked a question. Infinite truth from unlimited lessons. Everything changed when the ape asked a question. Where am I from? Why are we here? Learning the nature of love, truth, and fear. What shape is this earth, and where do I stand? It looked to the stars to help it understand. Curses of wisdom unlocked with best intentions. Everything changed when the ape asked a question. Out of the soup crawled a mysterious creature. It had never breathed air and had lacked any features. Photons of light bore into its eyes. It soon grew some teeth and cracked its first smile. Outstretched some legs and soon it could stand. Next shot some arms out, and soon enough, hands. 10 toes to bounce with, and 10 fingers to touch. In so little time it grew, oh so much. A throat, a voice, ears for exchanging vibrations, and a big juicy brain for this new information. Guts, muscles, and veins in a true work of art. And at the core of it all, the creature grew a heart. Infinite truth from limited lessons. Everything changed when the ape asked a question. Curses of wisdom unlocked with best intentions. Everything changed when the ape asked a question.
Okay. And now for part 2 of Open Mics part 1 of the 3rd part of the bit after the 12th part, we have for you all wearing a mask, and hopefully this person will clear their throat. Ladies and gentlemen, Hank
Actually, it's paint strongly tonight. Paint strongly.
An excerpt from my book. I cleared it before. An excerpt from Mad Mind Magic Hand. After I blew my brain out and replaced it with a ball, I bounced better. And I bounced and felt free for a while, but then I got a ticket for bouncing too fast, and I was deflated and defiled, and once again condemned to the benign reality of that the earth is really flat. I wonder if underneath flat earth is available and cheap to buy. Subterranean living, it's already going on, has been going on for ages. Let's get digging. Let's get further into a hole. The hole into a hole. Life throws us constantly in and out of holes. There's a saying that we come out of a hole and are always trying to get back in one. And many do and end up buried in a hole, from hole to hole. Is this really what the word holy means? The body is a mass universe of holes in itself. We eat, we defecate, we breathe, and we fornicate, and love and strive from hole to hole and back again like a cosmic roller coaster ride. And apparently, subterranean living is going on right now. It could be happening right underneath us. Dig deep, deep down under the ground. And it's easy to see why you would want to get back into a hole. We're going to have to face up to it as a species that we have an obsession that's out of control and dangerous to our children's future. And once again, you guessed it, it's overpopulation. We should plug the holes for a few centuries or more until the earth is healthy and sustainable again. So I am a hole into the hole. The hole is when the hole becomes enlightened and whole is whole. And some say, I want it all, the whole lot. I want it, it's mine. And so they take it and sell it back to us in ration portions. And now their hole is very large indeed. They have it and they can't take it with them. So they leave a very big crater behind with armed security and maintenance crew to take care of the holes while they're gone, or until their offspring are strong enough to climb out and take charge. And some of these empires are like big blocks of Swiss cheese full of holes. Do you have proof of ownership for that big hole, sir? Oh, no, you don't. You only have proof of claimership. And that more than likely comes with genocidal activities, both physically and psychological. Take out all the gold and iron ore and oil and fill the holes up with bodies. Take away all the freedoms of thinking and feeling and fill you up with entertainment, so you're left feeling like an empty hole that can never be filled. So we spend most of our time working, slaving in a hole to fill up the holes to keep all the future hole fillers happy, so they can start all over again, filling in empty holes for the greater good of the whole. Run, rabbit, run back into your hole that you probably stole from another hare that just got too fat and fell over with a fox in flight. There are that many holes hidden under the surface now from exploration drilling that has been going on for the last century. That holes are just appearing out of nowhere and sucking whole houses and cars down from the surface, never to be seen again. Little bits of forest are disappearing in this way. And I can see a white owl clinging to the top of a tree that fell over itself in one of these holes and never bothered to get up. Now it looks like a peace flag waving and poking out of a pile of rubble. A hill one day looks like an empty swimming pool the next day. Silly old fool who jumps in the pool without seeing whether it's filled with water. He broke his head and he lays there dead, and the water came flowing soon after.
Yep. Ooh, a hole, my kingdom put a hole. And now moving on, they're gonna bring you a song. It might be beats from the street, but hopefully makes your feet go jumping up in the air without any kind of despair. And if you do have some fun, come back next month for more. Now we have so more beats of the street. Get your ass here, stop drinking your beer, your chips and Your ship's and you're fine. He's got his own. Oh, I don't know where one. Get your man. Have you been? I did this big announcement. I was like larding it up for you boys. You're still drinking beer. He's gone for Slash. Typical Mancunian Yorkshire git. He's gone for a P when he should be up here doing his bit. I don't know, Phil. What words will you bring us now? Something with a holy well. Your squeaky little voice, you'll call everyone to be quiet. Oh, slow mo. Where's your mask, Phil?
I don't know.
Right, use these two here, mate. I don't know.
Yeah. Too drawn to what could have been instead of could be. Happy-go-lucky / ugly, judge me. Flowing rain channeled out from clouds above me, waiting for the hand attack to touch me. I ain't the same since I reached puberty. I'm 30 now, every day I wake the world mutiny. Beautiful of beauty, suitably or fruitfully. The sun blinds my eyes, that just killed the man I used to be. Again, I ain't doing this for them, now I'm doing this for them. I mean, yeah, I'm selfish, raised inside the paradise, turned it to a help it. Butterflies the parasite, trees the ass can't help it. Walk through fire till the paradigm had melted. Busy was my summertime, through sour times I felt it. And I'm feeling it still, the ability to please my appeal. If you ain't feeling that, then you ain't needing to heal. So go back to what you're feeling is real. Shit, I ain't braggadocious, got nothing to boast about. Rather burn my demons when I'm seized, when I'm open mouth. Writing cause I need to do it. Found the niche, my mind unleashed, releasing when I free the fluid. Build a ship to feed the ruins. Good size when I was baptized in season I was cruising. Quit jobs if it appears in writing process. Chose powders, whiskey shots for fighting progress. Salute martyr, lost his due Carter. Threw away the life given goods to few barter. When it rains, slow lanes, we move faster. The one that spot the world's greenest grass for new pastures. Round the crib, but world too small for what we after. All those things are feeling out real through tears and laughter. Sentimental to a fault. People vision mostly sleepy and tears leaking out the bowl. Heart bleeding by the fall. Filled with too much hope to receive the fate. I'm soul. Thank you. Yeah, sun's got to be kids. Trying to 90s grunge era. Those streets from the traveling carnival. I'm reveling the layers of these cardinal sins that link to within that barnacles. Try your life piranha too fast and no song is for the smarter fools. For losing our minds could have these benefits. Walking out of heaven for another shot of decadence. With our heads high, don't try hide the evidence. Being out of touch in the time that lacks relevance. Name song soul levitates over the globe. Too much to say, so I demonstrate over these odes of the cobblestones on bottle homes. Spilling down the pavement, flowing through forgotten homes. Rain dance, true made up of rotten souls. All the time, colorblind, hunt for the pot of gold. Trying to make that album I can die with the 45 life shit. Trying to reach the blind kids, the Cobain kids. Every day same shit. It's they created to make shit to shape this. Monotony hangs heavy in the air. Living in a system who for them will never care. Never care, the Cobain kids. Every day same shit. They created to make shit to shape this. Areas that they're lazy and afraid. While they're up all night creating overnight straight into days. Life from the fringes, that laws of attraction, minds off the hinges. Shout outs to the gluttonous ghosts. The handed down still stuck in the spokes. Raise the glass, with a cut to what flows. Laying in the bed we made when we under the yoke. A fake kaleidoscope, walking on the tightrope. Trying to cope, accidentally spread hope to silent foe. Sipping pallid on the brush, fuck a lighter scope. Painted on the guts for a brush, then it's not a joke. Send the soul pack, kids dig for brighter hopes. From that, sticking us on track, we light a rope. Finally found their own path towards their own treasure. If a pleasure had this sooner if we know better. To the beat of our own break, we're feeling our own fate. The bass got us feeling our own fate. So we used to ghost town, please don't condone hate. Try to spread the love that we have for the soul. Hate created to make shit to shape this. Monotony hangs heavy in the air. Working from a system who for them will never care. But the main kids every day same shit. Hate created to make shit to shape this. Image that the lazy and the free. While they rock on that created overnight straight into days. Overnight straight into days. Hey, how's it going? And then some artists, you see the silence. Alright, let's just keep doing this stuff.
Can we get the second one out of here?
Yeah, I'm all over the mic, please.
So much.
When they grow breath hating, but upon death Satan, tainted sacred, sweat beats, ricochet, painted faces, stay set in place while the fates trade places. The base for the ages. Go planet ain't shit, fake it to make shift. Animals lose their scent in the rain. Lost the way home again, the end game. Some symbolize the try and cement names. Some run riot and try and prevent change. Others get tired, desire for spent change. Walk through the fire, expire the next day. I guess that's the way it goes. Normally conditioned souls, two souls. Dead bodies start rotting in new clothes. Is this a coffin or heaven? Well, who knows? I'm out here, people watching, sitting in the open air, feeling boxed in. See the change of the seasons, locked in to my own world that I'm deeply lost in. I'm out here, people watching, sitting in the open air, feeling boxed in. See the change of the seasons, locked in to my own world that I'm deeply lost in. Clutched in a blanket, watch his clutching a rosary. Daily highlight, big shop for groceries. Turn invisible, some screen notice me. Send reaction to both grown locally. City districts, most of the lipstick. I smoke skirt sticks in the midriff. I'm untight, rose bright, hope she can miss it. Never lost soul in the guise of artistic. South streets with the skies and they missed it. Crime fight and the lies of a mystic. City lights and the rise of heuristic assumptions that we're sane and this life is twisted. Pub lunches, roll with the punches. Roses and bunches for love's unrefunded. 12 o'clock, use flock by the hundreds. Take it all in for the beauty and repugnance. I'm out here, people watching, sitting in the open air, feeling boxed in. See the change of the seasons, locked in to my own world that I'm deeply lost in. I'm out here, people watching, sitting in the open air, feeling boxed in. See the change of the seasons, locked in to my own world that I'm deeply lost in. Lost in, lost in. Thank you. Alrighty, ready. Alrighty. Sounds good, positive to the artist. Yeah. Butterflies and roaches, heavy eyes closed when the lullaby approaches. Comatose on the bed of roses. Needs to make a move before the gates to heaven closes. At 9:30, gives them plenty notice. Vagabondage, been around the chopping block. That roof of your family home is coffin top. Picket fence, sitting lens, clicking, popping off. Cause his work he been done, so it's blocking off. Tattooed with the images he sees. Pays the toll while they're living just to breathe. Drifting with the breeze, getting stricken to his knees by the vivid apparitions from the pictures that he bleeds. On the right path, even though we meant to turn left. Back to class, proud parents that to turn stressed. Out of school, get a grip so you can earn checks. Ain't a problem, child, shit, just stay ready to learn, yeah. Ba 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 ba. Give it up for Soma! Left in the path, on his road, let's travel through a landscape Escape route can be seen with a narrow view. Taming me will run, letting be you wanna marry you. We thought in love too easy, but falls out without a parachute. Kid has imagination, guess he must have taken psychedelic drugs, their only explanation. In a room where the pain forever drives the face in. Predictions on the wall, heaven lies adjacent. Riding high the tide of the present hibernation. Won't forget his bruise, picking petals of creation. Going back to nature, metal that he's tasting. While others sit in rooms, licking wounds of hesitation. That sound within the piece is too deafening. Shrill echoing night for night beckons him. Passion unbridled, excited or he's frightened. Trying to figure out if suicidal or enlightened. Yeah. The song's about my dad slash uncle slash dad. My uncle, but he's technically my dad. Yeah.
Uncle Dad.
Uncle Dad.
Amen for surrogate dads.
Exactly. Thank you. Put out an awkward again.
In order to be able to make it, you have to put aside
Failing.
the desire. You have to do these things completely pure. You're not there without desire.
Yeah, that works. Next jam we got.
Oh no. Being cars.
Can we skip out of that?
Yeah. Suburbia.
Suburbia, alright, sounds about suburbia. It's about suburbia. Pretty much. And I hope that my dreams never wanted you. Shadows I live without number. Billy Holidays, I'm looking at the holidays.
That's what I'm doing when I say shattered words. They left broken pieces. That's so far from the streets that you can't come now.
Alley cat, take out roof, funeral suits, abandoned truths. All souls dismantled youth, branching out from temple roots. Trying to go against the ingrained, trying to build the body out of ink stains. Screenshots of the mundane, contained in a box marked insane. On the feeble steps like a feeble pet as the needle wet. Said he pleads for effect, cheating death. Got the piece to eat them, but ain't started breathing yet. Season there, listen on the air while he got a bit of breathing left. He's in there, to no feeding, bleeding, that's when the feeding next. One choice, two drugs that do shit. One voice, you get the loose grip. Fast lanes, bad days, the cruise ships. Ash stains, trash games, the blueprints. Up close in a new mink, cause it really matters what you think. Watch the dust scatter in a few blinks, so you can let the swim with the tube sink, 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 sink. Never hold you. Here is the shadow. I live with one number. If I'm caressing you with the last breath of my soul. Yeah.
That's what I'm doing when I say shattered words. They left broken pieces.
Yeah.
That's so far from the streets that you can't come now.
A montage of lunch bars, shop car parks and cop cars. Kids in the yard, picket fence and pop tars. Cypher and rock shards, recycling lost stars. Must try caving a purpose, Cobain kids thinking stop stars. Long road making a nervous, drunken death. Sunken flesh, can't call it quits when there's something left. Shirt and tie, mumble breath. Tombstone knife for a crumpled check. Concrete jungle, rumble steps. Don't pay to be humble, crumble debt. Stumble left, something chest. Ignoring nothing that is under rest. Sold the drugs, keep my world. Dive in the deep end, meeting girls. Live for the weekend, meeting girls. Dead for the week, freedom scrolls. Whirlpool, need to distract. Heading phone up, leading the pack. Lead of attack, keep healing the backpack of jeeps and the cat keeps sneaks through the cracks. That my dreams never haunted you.
In the shadows, I live with my number. Darling, I hope that my bed I'm caressing you.
Alrighty, ready. Yeah. Don't find the others.
Give it up one more time for Soma. Sorry about the sexualization of that voice.
Sounds like a bing. He's like a bingo. He's like this like awesome.
Number 7.
Crack through the deep by the pull of sweetness, wrapped in plastic, full of secrets. So you walk with me blindly, trying to find the others, trying to help the others find me. And now I think I found my team, ones who fled society for chasing boundless dreams. The ugly and the scarred, smiles like shining stars, brighten hearts in times of need. Every time I meet the grave, I write my way out of this, straight into the skin. Yeah. Got through the deep by the pull of sweetness, wrapped in plastic, full of secrets. Try you walk with me blindly, trying to find the others, trying to help the others find me. I now I think I found my team, ones who fled society for chasing boundless dreams. The ugly and the scarred, when we shine the stars, brighten hearts in times of need. Every time I meet the grave, I write my way out of it. Shed this gift of feathered wings, fly through the boundaries. When I get stressed, I walk till exhausted. Streets I met a million times, memories I've hoarded. Lovers turn to strangers, strangers turn to lovers. People born in gutters, rising up the heights above us. Kids playing in the streets, living hell behind those shutters. Baby out for now, one day you'll find the others. Dream too big for these structures to hold us. Get snuffed out, fire never smold us. Can never be a part of it. If we try, we suffer. Just gotta find the others. Yeah, we dream too big for these structures to hold us. Get snuffed out, but our fire never smold us. Can never be a part of it. If we try, we suffer. Just gotta find the others. Ain't scared to admit I ain't cut up from the factory or judge living blasphemy. Trying to craft a masterpiece on earth, can't be Calgary. This has to be my medium. Pride of the past, never master being obedient. Man that won't shut up, wounds that won't close. No other choice, I chose flows. Passion over sense, pride cementing in my bones. To them it don't make sense, so he's defending what we chose. Clarity and late nights, calamity and stage fright. Lift the breath in daylight, period when to break lights. Trying to raise the grave heights, maybe try to change lives. Spread hope and music in the world that took a stage dive. Simple man got nothing, but today I wouldn't have it any other way. If I never make a cent, we'll die smiling with my brothers and sisters because I found the others. Yeah, we dream too big for these structures to hold us. Get snuffed out, but our fire never smold us. Never be a part of it. If we try, we suffer. Just gotta find the others. Yeah, we dream too big for these structures to hold us. Get snuffed out, but our fire never smold us. Can never be a part of it. If we try, we suffer. Just gotta find the others. Thank you. Thank you all, thank you Margaret for having me, I love this man. Got CDs for sale, $10, hit me up after if you're keen. Thank you so much, bless, peace.
Right, I've forgotten what I was going to say next. It was quite complex as well.
Just make it up.
I'll make it up. That was Soma. You're having a nice evening of sight. If anybody's not enjoying themselves, please put their hand up. I'm not enjoying myself, I'm shitting myself thinking, my God, there's lots of people here, and they love it, and there's lots of smiley things. And so far, everybody said it's been like a lovely evening. And they've enjoyed themselves, and they're all smiling, happy, happy, happy. We can make that change in very, very subtle ways that will make your yoni front or back sing a delightful song. What's your name, please?
Emma.
What's your name, please? What's your name, please?
Adrian.
What's your name, please? What's your name, please?
Stuart.
What's your name, please? What's your name, please?
What's your name?
What's your name, please?
Isaiah.
What's your name? What's your name, please? What's your name? What's your name, please? What's your name? What's your name, please?
Benny.
What's your name? What's your name, please? 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 What's your name? What's your name? What's your name, please? What's your name? What's your name? What's your name, please? What's your name? What's your name? please, what's your name? What's in your name? Hey, somebody made lots of music out of that and a shitload of money, but not us. Now, it is with great pleasure I'm going to sit down and say there's a lovely human being about to play with words and body and express themselves in a confronting way. Put your bits and those others and everything in between together and enjoy. He's talking to him. Oh, where's your face? Yeah, okay. Alright, yeah, cool. No problem. Sorry, yeah. Oh, yes, okay, yeah. He's very excited. He stayed to watch you, that's great. Right, so anyway, I'll start again. Blah, 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 please, blah, blah. And then, aka, Ida!
Thank you. My name is Ida Hose, and I'm going to be performing tonight. And I'm doing a collaboration with myself as the narrator, Ida Hose the Younger, which is myself 25 years ago. She's playing the intrepid reporter. Annette is going to play a range of cameo characters tonight, and special guest is Jess. Jess is going to be playing herself, and we're going to be doing a dramatic production of the Ballad of Enzo and Jess. Now, some of you are kind of looking a little confused. It's like, well, okay, there's going to be 4 characters plus cameos, but there's only one person standing up here. Well, guys, I'm just going to ask you the same thing I ask everyone every time I do this. Is there only one person standing up here? Okay, so the Ballad of Enzo and Jess. Good evening, lovely.
Sorry. Did you clear throat?
Out and in. The Ballad of Enzo and Jess, take 2. Anyway, I'd like to, my name is Ida Hose the Younger, and I am here reporting for CYT. Everything happens at the moon. O. And I'm here tonight with Jess, who is the very Jess from the poem, The Ballad of Enzo and Jess. And she's here to make a comment. Jess, we're really happy to have you here tonight. What can you say about your state of mind before you met Enzo and before the commencement of this poem? Thank you. Yeah, I'm really happy to be here tonight. A little bit nervous. How was I in the beginning? Well, you know what? I wasn't great. I was really insecure, didn't have great self-esteem. I actually believe that I was the girl that was never going to be as good as anybody else. And then I met Enzo. And I truly believed that to be abused was to be noticed, and to be noticed was to be loved. Well, thank you very much for those sobering thoughts, Jess. And now I'd like to pass you over to Ida Hose in the poetry studio. Shining too bright, girl. Better turn down the light, girl. We hear you like to slash clothes in the middle of the night, girl. You garden in pajamas and you always seem obliviously happy. Oh yeah, that's Jess. What, Enzo's girlfriend? Correct. Well, how do we know she's mad? Well, somebody sent me a text and then there was an announcement at kind of like a Sunday brunch. Ooh, she must be mad then. What happens next? Well, she screams and she shouts and she throws things about. We hear she holds her own though when she fights with Enzo, and it's always her fault. He's a big burly bloke, been to jail 2 times with a broken nose to mark his love of jailhouse fighting. You should have seen the other guy. He said, she's got bipolar to all of his friends, but never to their face, to her face. She's got bipolar, she's crazy, she's so angry, she's an alcoholic. But no one ever picked up the phone and said, hey Jess, what's going on? No, what's really going on? Even the local drug dealer got in on the act. Oh, give a Valium. He and his most regular number 1 client, who incidentally was a social worker working for the Department of Corrections with men when they got out of the joint, they diagnosed her together after a joint. Oh, breaking news. I'm sorry. Jess is outside. She's about to make a statement we're going to pass to our intrepid reporter, Idaho's the Younger. Hello, Idaho's the Younger here, reporting again for CYT. Everything happens at the moon. 000. We're here talking to Jess. Jess, what's the big announcement that you have to say? Well, Ida, I just wanted to tell everyone that tonight we're celebrating our 6-month and something anniversary. Oh, Jess, that's amazing. Congratulations. That is quite a milestone for you. It must be a record. Now, Jess, can I just ask you, darling, was it an up and down type of relationship? Oh yeah, Ida, it's been up and down, and to tell you the truth, sometimes it's just been really, really horrible. But I guess I've got to say that, you know, I'm still standing here, and Enzo's still standing there. Oh, well, he was there. Oh, he's over there. I don't know. I think he's going outside. Can someone grab you? No, he's gone. Enzo's gone. But I'm standing here, and Enzo was standing there, and together, I don't know, we've done it through love. Well, can you tell me, Jess, do you think that you fast-tracked your relationship? Yeah, I think that we said and did and felt things that sometimes other lovers never ever did. We did it in an hour. I guess I'm going to have to say that we found something special, something called everlasting love. Well, lovely, gentle people, you've heard it here tonight. Everlasting love. And I'm sorry, can I just say one more thing here to Enzo? Enzo, darling, if you're watching, I know that you don't count the days or the weeks or the months, but I do. So happy 6-month anniversary and, I don't know, 22 days, 2 weeks, 26 minutes, and I'm even counting the seconds. 13, 14, 15, 16 seconds. I love you, babe. I can't get enough of you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. I haven't finished with a very embarrassed man just over there. Back to you, Ida Hose, in the studio for more of the poem, the ballad of Enzo and Jess. Oh, fucking Jess, I wish you'd just give me a rest. Now that, ladies and gentlemen, is the voice of Enzo talking to the little man who lives inside his head. The only other person in the world, real or imaginary, who agrees with Enzo that it's okay to wreak havoc on someone else's life, particularly someone with a small child, just so that he can party out on drugs and alcohol for the term of his natural life. Yeah, well, what do they know? They think she's got bipolar. She's got by Enzo. She's by me. She's my greatest work. I ground her into the ground. She got what she deserved. Yeah. Well, what do they know? Now, lovely, gentle people, I do apologise. That is the really annoying and grating voice of the little man who lives inside Enzo's head, responding in kind. They think she's got bipolar. Wrong! She's got by Enzo. She's by you. Oh man, she was mad when you met her. You deserve to be paid just to be standing in the same room as her. Oh, how does it feel, poor Enzo? And that, lovely gentle people, is the collective voice of everybody else. Living with a girl like Jess, she's so crazy. Yeah, well, I do what I've got to do. Yeah, well, what is it that you do, Enzo? Well, I've got a framework and I can apply it to every situation that may arise. Yeah, but what do you do, Enzo? Well, I get up, I walk down to the shop, I buy a packet of fags, a newspaper and a bottle of milk, and then I amble home slowly, having a smoke. And then I do the cryptic crossword. And then I run into the kitchen and make a cup of tea. It's always guaranteed to make everyone laugh. And then I look for money in whatever purse or opportunity is lying around, and then I go out and I score drugs, and then I spend the rest of the day on the fucking knot. Oh, don't let me nod off today, boys. I'm getting married this afternoon. Oh no! I'm going to be late for my wedding. What time is it? Where is my beige crushed velvet wedding suit? Oh, come on, Enzo. We gave it to Andy with the sideburns, you know, from Melbourne, to pay for the drugs. Oh, come on, Enzo. You're always bringing stuff here to swap for drugs. He was really wrapped. He said, oh, this suit is going to really suit me. Boom, boom. And then he said, oh, don't be crushed, fellas. Boom, boom. There's only one of these beige beauties and it's going to rock and roll out the door with me. We're always swapping drugs for crap from your fiance's shop. Hey, Jess, how do you cope, sweetheart? Being married to a guy like Enzo. He's like a hardcore 3.5 decades into it junkie. Oh, just a moment, breaking news. I'm sorry, there is a severe weather warning for this stage area. I repeat, a severe weather warning for this stage area. There is a deep depression and visibility is down to -10%. And we have Idaho's the younger, intrepid reporter on the scene reporting the news as it comes to you. Idaho's the younger reporting for CYT. Everything happens at the moon. Triple O. I'm here and I'm searching through. There's a rumor that Jess is actually here and she has reached rock bottom. Let's see if we can find her and get a comment. Ah, there she is. Jess, darling, how are you? What's it like down there? Yeah, hi Ida. Yes, I'm great, thank you. Yeah, it's really wonderful down here. Hey, I'm in rock bottom, come on. What do you reckon it's like? It's not nice. This is not meant to be nice. This is not great. Well, Jess, everyone would like to know, how long do you think that you're going to be down there in rock bottom? Well, you know, see, that's tricky because there's not actually any ladders, there's no ropes, and I can't climb up the wall, so I don't know. Can you throw me down a rope? Hello, Ida, can you throw me down a rope? I'm sorry, there's just breaking news that the voice that lives inside Enzo's head is actually somewhere here on this stage. Whoa! I just stepped on him, it's under a rock. Hello, the voice that lives inside Enzo's head. Fuck off. Would you like to make a comment about Jess and the fact that she's just over there and she has finally reached rock bottom? Fuck off. Would you like to make a statement about the relationship of Jess and Enzo? Oh, he loved her, he took it away, he went and scored drugs and he lied to his face. He loved her, he took it away, he went and scored drugs, and then he lied to her face. He loved her, he took it away, he went and scored drugs, and then he lied to his face. There you go, there's their fucking relationship in a nutshell. Now fuck off! Okay then, you heard it here first. He loved her, he took it away, went and scored drugs, and he lied to her face. Now we're back to you, Idaho's in the studio. Breaking news. Jess has just emerged from the place that is called Rock Bottom. Jess, would you like to comment? Oh yeah, great. Yeah, here's the really insightful reporter, asking me really insightful questions. How do I feel? Well, clearly I'm not in rock bottom anymore, so I'm feeling actually pretty fucking good. I don't know. What do you want to know? Well, we want to know how you managed to get out of rock bottom. Well, I don't know. It was an interesting thing. I just woke up one morning and I looked around and everything seemed the same, but everything was different, but everything was the same. And then suddenly I got it. Oh my God, I'm not naive, delusional, hysterical, needy, or stupid anymore. And a small disclaimer, stupid is not my word, that's Enzo's word, and he used to use that to make people laugh. He would say, oi, stupid, but to me he would say, oi, stupid cunt. And then one day his friend said to me, you know what, I don't like the way he calls you, oi, stupid cunt. I feel like I actually want to punch him. And I said, no, don't be ridiculous. He says that with love. He doesn't mean anything. Rewind. I truly believe that to be noticed is to be loved. To be abused is to be noticed, and to be noticed is to love. To be loved. Fast forward. No, he doesn't mean anything. It was said with love. You know what? Thank God I'm not naive, delusional, hysterical, mad, needy, or stupid anymore. So does that mean then that you left him? Enough is enough? Yes. Enough is enough. And then I left. Thank you very much.
Ida, applause, applause, go! Ida, applause.
Now, I know he's just come back from Europe. And I think he was in Belgrade and then went to Italy and then ended up in Marseille or something, that's right? But he's just got back with his travels from the world and universe. Please make welcome to Sight Clear Your Route, the one, the only, the original JC.
Titty fucking Christ, mate. Titty fucking Christ. I will leave you to entertain people. We're in the cocoon. You have 4 hours starting from now. Condensed 3 minutes. Hang on.
That's what I said last Saturday to her. Who the fuck do I get into this soon? I don't know where that Italy shit came from, because that sounds like my last acid trip. I've never been to Italy, but yeah, so thanks Marcus for having us, and thanks, big shout out to Aiden for the phone. So this is my latest bit of script, just recently written, and I think this is called Breadcrumbs Won't Get Me Back. But look, this is just a silly little bit of nonsense, never forget that. So yeah, this is called Breadcrumbs Won't Get Me Back. I didn't know that the whole floor could go sour if I so much as dropped a single lemon. But I suppose it was bound to happen when that one lemon is bigger than the entire planet it came from. And then he gets in through the hollows of the night, and he gets in through 1,000 impossibly tiny cuts. Well, I just had to know how limp a balloon is as it drowns. Thanks.
Stevie, hold it there. Steve.
Rock and roll. Well, I should have spent those 10 seconds scrolling through the page, because this is a bullshit thing about reading from a phone, right? Yeah. Gotta scroll down through and I can hardly be fucked, so... yeah. I'm the inspiration.
30 seconds.
Well, yeah, fuck off with your 30 seconds. Alright, this is second last poem I wrote. This is called In the Middle of a Room. The first taste is never the same again. The first ink on paper. You gotta keep writing to reach the edge of the page. The first landfall. You gotta fill it up to turn the page. It won't turn if there's still room. And in the middle of a room, you won't find the walls. The first sunshine to define the first blue in heaven. You gotta keep running to find out how small you are. The first realisation that you're no longer floating, the first side of a polyhedron. All the bumps in the road will take the shape right out of a circle. The first sound, your mother's heartbeat, and there's nothing else that measures up to that. Thanks.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to leave you one more if I can scroll down through to it. Shit. Alright, I think we're cool. What those poems longer. Alright, this is called What Are You Reading? I can feel the breeze blow between the many bones of my head, because sometimes it's just a word that my neck barely holds up. I can feel the breeze blow me away, because sometimes it's just a too obvious colour floating above my shoulders. I can feel my thought bubbles snag on branches high overhead. I can feel thought bubbles. You can too, because they're so spiky. Thanks, have a good night.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tony.
Fingertips, have a look at them. And they are very cheap if you're a millionaire. And they're like not bad price if you've got money. Junior!
Alrighty, g'day folks. Alright.
Thank you!
The sun warms my skin with sick, sweet nostalgia that bleeds within. Flooding my mind is the blood that is flooding as I unwind. It drips down my leg, tears down my face, to a God I don't believe in, I beg. For this life to be better, or for it all to be over. Far too many times I wrote that letter. So the sun it beats down on me. 22 downers, a razor blade and a bottle of whiskey. the only way I see to deeply penetrate, deep enough to suffice the hate. Poison that fills my bloodstream, and so I wait. It is much too hard to consciously slice a vein apart, so once I can't actually see what's right in front of me, I uproot my seed and I begin to bleed. So just wanted to say, I'm actually kind of like what the pretty nutmeg lady said, is that it's so hard to stand up here and like I am shaking and I kind of feel like I can't breathe. But I just think, you know, we should all be so thankful and appreciative to everyone that got up today and said something, because it's just like, honest to God, inspiration to me and I think to everyone that's out here, because it's so good to see people like just putting out their passion. And yeah. But I just want to say I was thoroughly disappointed, heard some smack talk, and it's just, I think it's just not on. Like, if you're not impressed with what someone's doing or you don't like it, like, you shouldn't say shit, mate, alright? It's just, leave it there, leave it at the door. But yeah, so... no, it's not giving the back, you're alright. But yeah, so I actually have no concept of any sort of time. But I just wanted to get up here, and this is why I'm just speaking just straight from the head. It doesn't sound great, I know, but let me know when I'm like 30 seconds to go. But
30 seconds to go.
Really? Really?
1 minute and 30 seconds and 3,000 seconds.
You're wasting my time! So I just wanted to say as well that it's really good. I'm really grateful that I did this, and I can imagine that everyone that's got up has had a lot of like, you know, anxiety about it, and I nearly didn't come because the reason why I'm just speaking straight from my head is because every time I come up and I read something from my book, I'm so disappointed in myself. I leave here with like an immense amount of self-hatred because the delivery is shit, you know, like I'm just like, so it's just not good, and I just like, I wanted to just get up, and it's an experimental night, and I just wanted to, you know, dribble some shit, yeah, get it on no longer disappointed, good feedback, so it's really nice, and A+. Yeah, it's been a really rough day. I was almost not going to come and further disappoint myself because it's just disappointment is the root of heartbreak, honestly. It's like today marks the first 365 days collectively that I have not been like hospitalised for being, you know, a little bit kooky, and that for some reason disappoints me. I'm like, why? Why am I here? Thank you. But like, you know, I couldn't help but feel like fucking shit today, and I'm like, what the fuck is that about? It's been a year not having that, and it's been like, I can't apologise to my friends and family enough for what I put them through, but I should not apologise. I should be here and trying to do better. So yeah, everyone do better.
Tony, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Use of larynx and body movements and smiley faces. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And now, before we come to the last part of the first bit of the next part of the bit before the end, after it sort of coughed a lot and went to the toilet and went tinkle, 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 and a plop, plop, plop. I ask you to stop and remember. All night long, live TV, stop and remember what you were doing at 8:32 this morning. Hi. See you next week about the answer. While you're pondering that, why am I shouting? While you're pondering that, there's a lovely, lovely array of sound going to sort of happen at the end. So sort of like stick with us. You haven't got long, then you can go home and see what was wrong. But before all that happens, I'd like to ask Ben to come up to stage and express himself in the way he only knows amicable to himself. Like, choose a mask and enter the cocoon.
Do I get to look at the mask, or do I just like...
You can choose, look. No, look. Have a
Nah, that's I want a better one. Alright. This one has lots of colours.
Alright, thank you. Yeah, thank you, Poppers. Yeah.
It's a bit flimsy.
No, but it sucks the face, doesn't get over your nose.
Yeah, alright.
The cocoon welcomes Ben.
I don't actually smoke, I just do that for this bit. Alright, this first one's called Opala. Near where I grew up, Opala was a word used to describe a smoky river. When the smoke would meander, the spirits yarn and laugh while exploring. I remember mornings where I'd wake up to the smell of burnt hope or toast, or the pretense of believing in stories the old folk told about smoke and mirrors, or smoky rivers, or near where I grew up. Opala was a word used to describe a smoky river. I remember trying to tell someone about how it didn't need to be a morning on the water, or a lie told about the waves. I remember trying to tell someone how Opala was a word I'd used to describe falling in love, or finding my way home to the morning's light would catch on your face, or you drank your first cup of Earl Grey, or laugh at your first piece of toast, or the thoroughly irredeemable nature of mornings near where I grew up. Opala was a word used to describe a smoky river, or the way you lose sight of a river in the mist of the morning, or the fog of the unknown, or the fires that come in the summer to demand that no one can have what is round the river bend. Near where I grew up, Opala was a word used to describe a smoky river. For me, that's a lot like loving you, trusting that the tide will take me, or that you will have me, or that even if I can't see what's around the river bend, that there's a future that isn't being dashed against the rocks or rumours that's just our happiness. And damn the fires, damn the warnings, and damn near where I grew up. Opala was a word you just used to describe a smoky river. To me, that's as natural as the tides or tomorrows or love near where I grew up. Opala was a word used to describe a smoky river. Near where I grew up, Opala was a word I used to describe you. Thank you. My name is Ben Riddle. I only have like a 3-minute set, so I just want to quickly thank Splodge for putting on this fucking disaster of whatever this is. I love it, it's my favourite thing. To everyone that's walked into a gig that's never seen poetry shit before, I'm sorry, but I'm also really not. Like, it's just weird, it's kind of just some of us shouting sometimes. I like to think that it's kind of like a narcissistic kind of group therapy a lot of the time, really. Well, that's how I use it. Oh, that's how I justify it to myself.
Thank you for your honesty, now get away.
This last one's called Drift. Continental drift occurs over time. Has nothing to do with the tide, has everything to do with the changing face of your world and mine. Continental drift occurs over time. Takes place as tectonic plates shift and move as abruptly and inevitably as you misreading a look in my eyes. Takes place as lava spews into the heat of a moment, faster than the ground can fall out from under us. Takes place as the sea rushes into the space where our warmth once was, cooling our flames and spirally back into the core, begging the molten heart of what our world belongs to give it life and hope, to give it soul. Continental drift occurs over time, running the dips and troughs of the earthquakes, the tremors in my hands as they take yours and wrap rocks around your fingers. Continental drift occurs over time, carving new fault lines across stable heartlands, or once fertile fields become wasteland, betrayed by volcanic ash or circumstance only to be born again in the hopes of tomorrow. The continental drift is not something I can predict. It's not something my art or heart can predict, it's just something I chart in my poems and prayers, and I'm scared that I'm missing something, whether forensic or cosmetic, but intrinsic to the natural condition of drifting. Drifting together or apart, or if I write from the start, we were always on course to, I don't know where, but I'll hold on until we get there. If you hold on to me, you see. Continental drift occurs over time, and I'm running out of mine, I think, or I'm running out of yours, or I'm running to an airport or a plane or a train, or continental drift occurs over time. The time stops when I make it. And I don't know if maybe it's that pause I'm running out of, before the earthquake hits, or the waves rush back, or the eye of the storm looks away from me, the same way that you do. Continental drift occurs over time. A natural process fundamental to the development of mankind or humanity or my humanity. And I feel like Canute screaming at sea, telling the tides to turn back and recede, because all this feels as inevitable as the waves, as inevitable as heat death, or heart death, or just not being able to feel you next to me. Continental drift occurs over time, brings landmass together and rips it apart. But the beauty of the map is that it can be redrawn again and again, and sure, making the lines move. Maybe royalty burns or Atlantis gets swallowed, but love isn't on the map. Love can't be touched by such petty concerns as the world giving way to tomorrow. And love isn't all of this. Continental drift occurs over time. Doesn't care about whether I'm honest with you about how I feel or not, but I don't have forever. And maybe nor do we. And I want you to know before we're swallowed by the sea, I love you. Thank you very much, please.
Sit down, you stop before you sat down. Now it comes to the evening where it's really, really weird, and I'll get it right one day. I really, really will, but there's sort of like, I'm still learning, I'm at school, and I've been let loose in the world, and I don't know how to do it, or can't remember, it takes me a while, but I'll get there in the end. So I'm going to walk around just a minute while the next beautiful band, and I'll pronounce it incorrectly, so could you please give me the eloquent, sort of correct pronunciation, please?
Seshton.
Seshton. I'll have you on in a moment. So I'm just going to walk around with this tin now. Right now, the principle is just put 5 cents in, maybe $1. Or more if you want, but you just be handy. You can share the love, and it's not about sort of guilting into like you. We haven't got like a PayPal thing that can swipe you while you're down there. So come on, put your hands in the penny of love. Okay. So as you walk around and you haven't got any money, put your hand in and pay with love. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. No. It's not for beer or drugs, you know.
I'm enjoying it, man. It's like
I feel like that's
so you guys will be getting up next time to about what's your goal?
I do these holidays. If you go for
what they can.
Sure, we're going to the break
because none of them rhyme. Like,
we're all wearing funny moment. The sound has been caught in a place.
Are you playing music? Just Next one.
Very soon. But firstly, before we begin, I would just like to say a big thank you. Firstly to Splodge for putting on this amazing night. To the people who bear their beautiful tender hearts in word format, and words mean a lot to me personally, so I think you are the most courageous. And I salute you, because it's not something that's easily digestible, but I love you and I thank you, and it's my pleasure to be here. We are Seshton, we're going to do some tunes for you.
Testing.
This is a little single that we released recently called Piercing. bringing us dope hip hop from I don't know where. It was just incredible, and to more options for their, again, like completely left of field but awesome delivery. We've only got one more tune because we weren't sure how long this night was going to go for, but we would like, with much pleasure, to bring up Adrian Tucker, my dear friend who plays the saxophone. He's going to bring us some funk. In the way that, well, in the way that Seshtun do it, which is abstract.
Minimalistic electronica. You know.
It's funky.
It's funky.
It's funky. And I'd also like to thank Adrian very, very much, doubly, for coming out, because he has 2 small children, makes chutney in his spare time. I've seen him handling one child making chutney. He does crazy. Round of applause!
I would love the way you clear your throat through that saxophony thing. Yeah, I love it.
And this is a little love song. Let's preach, why don't I? About the sexiness of trust. So those of you who are in long-term relationships think it's mundane and tiresome, I beg to differ. I think it's the sexiest thing ever when you've got your long-term partner there. I've yet to find one, so this is my little ode to him in advance. Woo!
Yeah.
Almost.
Maybe. He's a bit shy.
Cool. Right. Good. Louder.
Oh, no.
Just do it too.
Back up. Rewind. wonderful music is. Yeah, I'm the old one. I'm the dysfunctional one. Yeah, and we were stage time, and thanks so much for having us. Do we have time for one more? Yes, please. Yeah? That, and then the following week we'll be playing at the Sewing Room, which is the 13th on, I think, Thursday night for some kind of abnormal Christmas function.
Thank you back 10 times.
Both of you. Now we have a couple of like open micers, and then the kind of evening's coming to a close. So before it sort of like gets lost in the furore and everything of the open micers and the evening getting closed, I personally would like to say thank you very much indeed for engaging in the artists. I've been sitting over the back there and having a see that, but looking through the little square in that back door down the end there's a little square and watching shit. And then you can also like see through that little square there what's going on, and that's where I find out if there's any nasty people in there that I don't like. But anyway, it's been really lovely to watch you all engage in the artists, and for the artists, the performance they've given. Some of them, most of them have actually gone home. Sorry, okay, that was something else that I missed, and I forgot to mention that we have this ding-a-ling, and anyway. Christmas, the 19th of December, it will be on point. For the 19th of December, we are, the moon has allowed us to remove all the existing art in here, and then for the remaining 2 weeks or 10 days of Christmas, the art from sort of 6 artists will be displayed, and they're for sale, and I'll deliver them free before Christmas so people can like purchase them and shit like that. And it goes from 6 o'clock until 11 o'clock. It's a Christmas party. And I should get around to doing it on Facebook earlier than before, but we sort of like get there. I'm a slow old fella. You have to excuse me. So,
I have a question.
Certainly.
Is the art up here for sale?
Yes. All of the art that we have, that's right. So see, this lovely lady here, see, that's the beauty about what's going on in the secrecy of life sometimes. This young lady here purchased the very first piece of art that we sold here. And she just reminded me, I haven't fucking mentioned the art, you track up my art. I'm learning, and I'll get there, thank you very much indeed. All the art is for sale, and I'm willing to sort of talk to people afterwards and sort of give them the contact deals for the artists and blah, 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 blah. It's all on Facebook and soon Instagram. But now, there is somebody coming up here. We have 2 more. Please, 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 please enjoy what is going to come out of these people's gobs. One is of the male-born gender, one is of the female-born gender. So we end the night on this kind of, I think, the 3rd night of the moon, but let's not go there. Male and female. And no hate or despair. I'm appreciative of what you're doing. So, Leonard James, come for the front. Select thy mask of wonderment. to cover your face so nobody would know who it is because you are unknown in the cocoon that you weren't before you went in. Little James, the cocoon inside, enjoy.
The muscle in my mouth, the manipulator appendage in my mouth, tongue is not a Latin word, not a Latin poetry. The muscle in my mouth is not a Latin anything. Does the tongue, muscle, thing, school the Latin word of? Does the school of my teeth anything at all? Does the poetry of the word mouth the muscle of my mouth? My mouth was already born, tongue in cheek. This poem is not finished. There's a note here to add a tongue twister. He slurs some sounds and then mumbles something or other, and something about voice and alliteration. This manipulator appendage, wagging the words of poetry to lick the Latin of your ear, here in my mouth.
Yeah.
That's right. So this is something a little different for me. This poem is called Fingerprints Float. Sun sets on the dingo flour mill, the last orange hues bathe in red and white dreaming. His barking cartoon cannot be placed, ghosts past, native and silent, I called him Jasper. Old ocean spirit lapses, lucid ripple of spilling ink. Window passengers are lucky to spy 3 dolphins passing by. Steel industrial liners go ignored on iron rivet horizons. Paper books are read alongside instant messaging. Fingerprints float. Tracks sail over Swan River from the darling heart of sandstone. Shipping containers are lost among car rentals and meaningless names. Fremantle dives below cradle night sky and the carriage rocks lullabies.
Lullabies of crap. Okay. Yeah.
Fremantle dies below cradle night sky and the carriage rocks lullabies. We arrive in sleepy servitude, alive and under shaman blankets. It's time for dinner at the Soul Food Cafe, strip feast of eye from true aim at the stars. Thank you.
Yeah.
Our next and final open then come down and imbibe us in your soul. As this is the last thing, I won't say anything afterwards. Thank you very much indeed for coming. Look forward to seeing you next month. And could you please choose a mask?
That's so pretty, I love that. Yes.
And into the cocoon, play your float, and then enjoy.
Can I just put it on my head or have spectacles?
Oh, it still does work. I have spectacles too.
Okay.
There
There we go.
Come on, add to the fun, add to the fun. Ladies and gentlemen, Catherine! Come on! Hang on.
Normality is like a car I don't have. It's like the countries I haven't been to and the people I haven't met. It reminds me of the things that have been and those that never will be. Normality silently screams at me. It tosses me side to side violently in an effort to shut me up. It sends me a daily reminder that I haven't bought my chai latte today. Normality comes in the form of people. You know what? Fuck it, I haven't finished that poem. Sorry, y'all are gonna have to just listen to my thoughts. My interesting thoughts. My thoughts are interesting, right?
Yep.
Guess we'll find out. So with that being said, we like to drink with Catherine, because Catherine is our mate. And when we drink with Catherine, she gets it down at 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 2, 2, 2. There are 2 rules of using my shower. My mum follows neither of them. Rule number 1, turn the shower off. Rule number 2, put your items on the shelf. My mum has cold showers. It's really cold right now. I'm really cold. It's supposed to be summer. Why am I cold? You know who's hot? No one. You're not a temperature, honey. Y'all are beautiful. So let me tell you about my day at work. I work at the post office. It's great. Good fun. Good fun. Good fun. It's great at the post office. I love it. Been working there for a month now. My point is though, I went to get lunch today, and every day I go and get a pie. A beef pie. So I went to get a beef pie, and the ladies know me. But I went today, and I went to get my beef pie, took a bite, and it was beef and pepper. Beef and pepper. Beef and pepper. It was a beef and pepper pie. I didn't like it. So I didn't eat it. But the point is, it was a beef and pepper pie, and I didn't like it. First world problems, am I right?
Yeah.
So, what else did I do today? Oh, actually, I've been trying to decide what to have for dinner for 3 hours now. Can someone please tell me what to have for dinner?
Kitchen's closed.
No, anywhere. I just want food. What should I get for
McDonald's.
dinner?
McDonald's.
Macca's.
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 Cauliflower.
Cauliflower.
It's delicious. You should have it.
Ah.
But that cheese?
I didn't have it today, but you should have
Fuel
it.
station sandwich.
What was that?
Fuel station sandwich.
Fuel station sandwich.
I approve that.
Those are bangers when you go on road trips.
Yeah.
Absolutely great. Anyway, those are my thoughts for today. I love you all. I have a book, by the way. I needed to put a plug in there somewhere.
Yes, definitely. Yes.
I have a book. It has poems, not random thoughts. So if you want one, come chat to me. Also, I'm 17. Love you guys.
Thank you.
And I'd have to say thank you to all the people that allow me to stand up here. The Moon, Jeremy, Zombie Hopper, and the rest. Thank you. Good night and enjoy.
Oh, I did it. Oh, I did it. How much was it?
No, it's fine. It's just the other thing. You're all good.